Alright, this entry is kind of like an interlude. I have other entries in line, but I figured I'd do something really recent. Just want to show you what happens on a daily basis. And this is a great example. So it's February 11th right now. On February 8th, 3 days ago, I was working on the entry Hurricane M. Harvey, which is about the fact that after Hurricane Harvey, the first pitcher against the Houston Astros on their first game back in Houston was named Harvey. So you can see here from my finder the time I was working on it. Now it says today, but that was on February 8th because I screenshot it that day. You can see I started working on the project around 3:18. That's when I started my screen recording. And then you can see appear today 5:01. That's when I finished the project. So between around 3:15 and 5 p.m. is when I was working on the Harvey file. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I only follow currently 6 people on Twitter, and that's actually a lot. It's usually like 1 or 2. I add people randomly for like a day or 2 or a week. But I follow very few people, which means I get very few tweets. Here's who I was following on that day. One of them is the Babylon Bee. After I finished recording for the day, on February 8th, I surfed X/Twitter, and on my feed, I saw this. It says the name Harvey. I'm working on Matt Harvey file, and then it says Meet Harvey. Just some random name. And look at the time of the tweet. 3:59 p.m. Right between 3:15 and 5 while I'm working on that file. Now here's a big key to this. It's not like the Babylon Bee does this on a regular basis. I don't even recall them using a random person's name. But here I'm going to scroll this morning on February 11th through all their tweets from this moment backwards until I get to this Harvey guy and see if any other names are in there, random names other than famous names like Trump and Biden. Let's see what happens. All right. So you can pause it if you want to. I'm going to go through pretty fast. Nothing. There's nothing here. Nothing. You can pause all the titles. No generic names yet. Boom. Harvey. 3 days ago, the first thing with a name is the Harvey thing while I'm working on Harvey. Now I'm going to keep going further in the past just to see if anything's there. Looking through. Nothing. Look, I'm not going to keep scrolling. There's nothing. They use things like this guy or wife and husband. You don't see any random names like, oh, and here's random guy Steve and what he did today. And oh, here's Carol, just some generic person. Nothing. This happened on purpose. It's great proof that the things that I pay attention to pay attention to me. It's like magic. It's synchronized. If you have examples like this, please submit them on Truth Orgy, or you can DM me on Twitter. Our goal is to collect as much proof as possible and then to share it. And we'll give you full credit if you send something that we use. The more proof, the better. Screenshots, dates, things that can be proven. We don't theorize what it all means on Truth Orgy. You can do that in the bolt hole if you've been invited. We just want to show the general public what's happening.